What's up, dudes and dudettes, all you awesome people? Heathen here, back with this week's book review. Boom. Peter V. Brett, The Skull Throne. This is the fourth book in the Demon Cycle series. So you had The Painted Man, or The Warded Man if you're in the US. You then had The Desert Spear, followed by Daylight War, by the fourth one now, Skull Throne, and the fifth one comes out this month. It's called The Core. I'm looking forward to it, really excited, especially because I know Peter V. Brett happens to be coming to a bookshop near me, so I'm hoping to get a signed copy. Fingers crossed. But for those of you who haven't read the series, I'll leave a little link in the description below so you can follow that through to the first one. Like I say, it's called The Painted Man, or The Warded Man if you're in the US. There's a little pop-up thing here, you can click on that as well if you like, if you're watching this through desktop. And follow that and take you through to my first review. But on to the book review. It was a good book. Yeah, it was a good book. End of review. It's a good book. See you guys next week. Yeah, take care. Right, so as I was saying, on to review. This book, it takes over from the third book. Straight from the third book. I like the way the books carry on. There's no sort of in between. You haven't missed anything. No sort of, you can start reading and think, hang on, a couple of years later, what's happened? It takes off straight from the third book. At the end of the third book, remember the big cliffhanger. Arlen Bales, the Painted Man, or not the Painted Man, and Jardir were in the middle of a duel. I can't remember the Crassian name for this duel. Crassian names are very difficult for me to understand and learn. Lots of apostrophes and Dowel, Sharams, Kais, and all sorts of weird names, which they all sound so similar, so I struggle with it. Don't get me wrong, as I reread this series, which I'm pretty certain I will do, it's a good series, I'll probably learn them better. But at the moment, they had a duel. That's all I know. A duel, went off the cliff. What happened? Who survived? Did any survive? Who knows? But carries straight on from there. And this book I enjoyed as well. It's similar to the previous book, so you had a lot about the Crassians. I mean, it's the Skull Throne, so the Skull Throne is all about the Crassians, so who controls the Skull Throne. A lot more about the Crassian court society without Jardir in there, because obviously he was thrown off the cliff. So you find out a lot more about that. Bit more background story for some of the Crassians, which I really enjoyed. There's not a lot in this book. Well, there is, but there's not really a lot about Arlen and Jardir. They seem to have taken like almost a sidestep whilst they develop the rest of the characters and the rest of the societies around, so you see what's going on. But overall, I really enjoyed it. A lot of politics going on there, a lot of scheming, a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It seems like the whole book has just been building and building and building and building, and the end of the book, it's like, right, now I really want to read the next book. I've got to see what's going on. Not so much a cliffhanger, not a literal cliffhanger like the last book, but it's getting very exciting and things are coming to a boil, coming to the end, so it looks really good. Peter V. Brett, his writing style again is very good. I did enjoy it. Starting to get a little bit fed up with the Crassians, I was myself. Thinking I've read too much about this society and I don't really like them and it's putting me off, but then I do find myself interested when I am reading about it, so he's done a really good job there of making a horrible society interesting and making me want to read about them. Especially the trader Aben. He's one of my favourite characters from the Crassian societies. I mentioned that previously. Now, I won't do any spoiler alerts in this book review. I try my best to avoid giving away any plot lines or stories. Just try to give a genuine review. The storyline seems to go along really well, quite smoothly. I like Leisha's storyline, what happens with her. Garrett, really good, enjoy it. Same as Roger, it seems really good the whole way through. Like I say, I would like to see a bit more about Arlen and Jardir, but unfortunately it was a bit short, their side of the story, but still very interesting, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm very much looking forward to the next book because of it. It's so close, only less than a month away before it comes out, so I'm not too sure on the exact release date. I did have a look on Amazon and it told me the 28th, September. But then, as I mentioned, Peter V. Brett, he's coming to Milton Keynes, and he's coming on the 24th of September to sign copies of his new book, The Core. So I don't know if he's releasing them early because he's signing them, or if Amazon's releasing them late, or they've got the date wrong on there. I'm not too sure. I'll have to have another look and see what I find out. Overall, the whole series has been really good. This book took me a little bit longer to read than the previous books because there was a lot more about the Crassian societies and the Crassians in there, and I find myself struggling with them, mainly the words, the way it's slightly built up. I mean, all their names for all the different types of people was very similar. Lots of apostrophes, lots of Kais, Dal, Sharums, and all this. I really do struggle differentiating between them as to who is part of what tribe and what's going on. But overall, I really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this series ends. I hope it ends really well. I'm hoping there's a big twist, but we shall see. Calling wise, there wasn't that much. Not that many new creatures. Each book he does, there was a few. Each book he does seem to reveal more and more new creatures and more callings, or demons, if you like. I keep saying a lot. It's whilst my brain's thinking. Yeah. So this is only a short book review because, like I say, I'm trying not to give away any plot lines. I'd rather to give my general review. Score wise, I'm going to give this book, it's difficult, even though I've already worked out my score, I'm still deciding whether I want to give it that score or not. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's still a high score. I think the main reason why I didn't score it higher was I wanted to see a bit more about the characters that I originally was interested in, not the subplot or the subline, which the previous book seemed to do as well. It seems a lot more about the Crassians and a little bit less about Arlen, and same as this one's got even less of Arlen in it, who's I really wanted to see. Spoiler-esque type. Spoiler-esque, is that even a word? Almost a spoiler. I will tell you, Peter V. Brett is not afraid to kill off characters in this book. So, got a few favourite characters yours in there. Any characters you really like? You best give this a read and find out. Maybe I'm lying to you. Maybe I'm tricking you. Maybe no one dies. Maybe someone does. But very good book, very well written, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So, like I say, 7 out of 10. That's been this week's book review. My next book review is going to be by a lady called Naomi Novik. Let's think about the name then. Naomi Novik, and the book is, and comment below because I know I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Temere or Temere. It sounds very French. I'm not too sure, but it's a fantasy book, and I got it with a book club I was with, and it seemed quite interesting. So I'm going to give that a read. And until next time, guys, take care. I'll do the intro. So, I was trying to figure out